There were two reasons why I wanted to be a boy when I was a teenager in the 1970s. One was to have a girlfriend, and two was to hitchhike with less fear. Because I did hitchhike. I lived for an hour from Montreal, and sometimes to go to work and to go to school. The bus was just not very convenient. So I would hitchhike, and I wasn't the only one. There was a bunch of us. But mostly my hitchhiking took place in my early 20s with my first girlfriend, Gloria. We hitchhiked and camped for 5 years, off and on, all over the place. So I didn't have to be a boy to do some of the things I wanted to do. Hitchhiking, social contract, tends to be conversation. Somebody stops to pick you up, they want company, they want conversation. So Gloria and I swapped out front seat, back seat. Front seat was the conversation lead, and back seat was in charge of safety and security. I had inherited my grandfather's security guard billy bat. It's about this big, black hardwood, and I thought, well, it's the one weapon that I think I could use if I really had to. So I had the billy bat stuffed into the side of my rolled up sleeping bag. Sleeping bag's attached to my knapsack. The knapsack's in the back seat. So if something weird starts to happen in the front seat, then the person in the back would reach for the billy bat, whack the driver in the head, and then the person in the front seat would steer the car over to the side of the road and try to stop it, and then we'd open the door and push the driver out and then take off. That never happened. But it was good to have a bit of a plan. We met some really generous people who went way out of their way to show us something really special or to drop us off closer to the place that we wanted to be. There were a few big assholes, but most of the rides, like hundreds of them, were very ordinary exchanges. Men, women, elderly, people with kids, cars, trucks, pickups. Hitchhiking is kind of the original rideshare. It's an old school way of breaking out of your bubble, of pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Getting into a car with a perfect stranger, it's a test of our social fabric. It's a barometer of trust and instinct. Driving north on the 15 just last week. There, a rare sight, a hitchhiker. And I slow down, I look at him a bit. He's an older guy, white guy, 50 years old, short beard. He's got a sign, Mont Laurier. And we both know that I'm not gonna pick him up. But the rest of the drive, I'm just thinking about, like, yeah, I used to pick up hitchhikers, I hitchhiked. Where is that social contract? What would it take to rebuild that? There's so much fear. And I don't know, I'm still thinking about that. Thank you.